lot to say, but only a couple really know me. Guess they gotta entertain when their egos feeling lonely.
Let me say this. I was having a conversation today, and you know what I'm saying, we was just talking about different things that then change with different fast food restaurants and things like that, like the menus, the way the containers look, certain containers with certain restaurants and change. You know, just some general conversation, and you know what I'm saying, it just dawned on me. I was like, you know what happened with the McDonald's Monopoly game? And you know what I'm saying, the homeboy looked at me, he said, what, you ain't heard? I'm like, heard what? He say, man, it was a big scandal. It was a boy that worked for them that was taking all the money all them years, so everybody thought that they was spending money and really had an opportunity to win this money, and they never had a chance. Well, so for years you buying all these quarter pounders, Big Macs, fries, doing all this, rapping the song with them and everything. And you ain't got a chance in the world to win this, but you buying like you got that chance. So I ended up saying the mafia was in it. I'm like, nah, let me go Google this stuff. So I go Google it. I see all these different articles on what happened. They mentioning this boy named Jacob Jacobson and took over and got his connects involved and got the scheme going and got a whole Ocean's 11 type deal going where they robbing McDonald's blind. Homeboy, ex-cop and everything. So I'm gonna let y'all check it out. I put it up on YouTube, and lo and behold, here it go.
Have you ever wished that you could be an instant winner of a $1 million McDonald's Monopoly prize? Do you remember the feeling of peeling the Monopoly game ticket off the box of medium fries, hoping that your ticket would change your life, only to have the feeling of dissatisfaction sweep over you as you realize that you are the winner of a McChicken sandwich? Yet again, this is the story of how ex-cop Jerome Uncle Jerry Jacobson rigged the McDonald's Monopoly.
I called him Jacob Jacobson. Uncle Jerry. This is about Uncle Jerry Jacobson. I knew it was two J's. Yeah, look what I'm doing. Y'all get where I'm going.
The game to steal $24 million in prizes over a 12-year period. In 1987, McDonald's introduced a new game that would sweep the nation. McDonald's partnered with the game board makers of Monopoly to create a game of chance where tickets were attached to the containers of fries, burgers, and drinks for an opportunity to win up to $1 million in cash prizes. The game was simple. Collect game tickets represent.
Man, I swear, y'all don't know how many of these things I collected. I'm calling friends and family out of town. Like, hey, if you get the B&O Railroad, I get the Reading Railroad. Then we just have to get the other. I'm doing all this for nothing. These boys cashing in 12 years straight. I'm pissed off, man. McDonald's, y'all owe me a check, man. Straight up. Y'all owe me a check, man. Can I take y'all to court for this?
Presenting Monopoly properties and win cash prizes. With a little luck, anyone, including yourself, could win. Or so you thought. Enter Jerome Jerry Jacobson, the man behind the elaborate scheme and the target of an FBI sting operation. An anonymous tip to an FBI agent would later implicate Jerry and expose how he was able to rig the system and distribute the winning game.
These boys got the feds, they got them alphabet boys on you for Monopoly games at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? One thing about them people, boy, let me tell you about them other people. They know how to, if they gonna do a crime, they do a crime that's gonna be a lot amount of money involved. And they gonna get the candiest type of sentence that you can think of. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be sitting in Club Fed, chilling. Because of this type of crime. You done got more money while niggas going to jail every day for 2 rocks. You know what I'm saying? These boys cashing in McDonald's stickers and taking it federal.
Game pieces to his friends and family. Jerry and his new choice friends, mob members, racketeers, and drug traffickers would go on to sweep up every large prize for the next 12 years.
The mob. This boy had the mob involved. He had the mob robbing McDonald's.
After losing his job as a police officer, Jerry started his new life in private security for Dittler Brothers in 1981. At Dittler Brothers,
that explains it. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. Cops, man. Y'all be criminals that just can't wait for an opportunity. Like it's a lot of criminals with badges on, man. Like this boy lost his job, and he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna take everything I acquired and use it against you.
he would make a name for himself through his hard work and dedication to loss prevention. Jerry oversaw the production security detail for Dittler's client, Simon Marketing, the same Simon Marketing that was contracted with printing all of the Monopoly game pieces for McDonald's.
Yo, and these boys be thinking deep too. These boys went to the source. This boy got in touch with the source where they printing the stickers. He didn't go around to different McDonald's and try to do little penny in. He went to the source. Use that noggin, man.
Later being promoted to the head of security at Simon Marketing, Jerry would learn the inner workings of how the game came to life. He would observe the process of ticket.
Look at him. Got in there, like I said, I'm gonna take everything y'all taught me, use it against you. Got in there, learned the ins and outs, and got him.
It's being printed, the tamper-proof watermarks being affixed, and would even oversee the technicians creating the instant winner game pieces. Jerry had access to the vault and was tasked with distributing the tickets to the packaging factories across the country where the game pieces would later be distributed to the McDonald's restaurants. During an intake interview, Jerry would later tell investigators that it was my responsibility to keep the integrity of the game and get those winners to the public. In 1989, Jerry was overcome with the temptation to steal as he plotted on ways to keep the big prize game pieces. While transporting tickets to factories across the country, Jerry would often take multiple flights under the careful watch of an independent auditor. Aware that all of his activities were monitored, Jerry devised a plan to swap out big prize pieces with less valuable pieces.
This is so genius. I'm so proud. It's a master. It's a master. He was a mastermind. Jerry made it happen, man. Uncle Jerry made it happen, man. Who'd have thought of this, man? Like, this boy went to the source where the stickers was created.
In airport bathroom stalls where the auditor had no visibility of his actions. Knowing that keeping the game pieces for himself would draw unwanted attention, he began giving away and selling game pieces for profit, thus sowing the seeds of his future demise. A ticket to his stepbrother, a ticket to his butcher. He could make easy money and change someone's life in an instant. Having all of the big ticket prizes and receiving an accidental shipment of tamper-proof seals, Jerry had all he needed to continue his scheme. As time went on, Jerry gained a God complex, a feeling that he could change someone's life instantly by making them an instant $1 million prize winner. It was on a flight to Atlanta in 1995 where Jerry met mob-affiliated Gennaro Colombo of the infamous Colombo family. Colombo was involved in operating adult nightclubs, underground casinos, and sports betting rings. It was Colombo who won the Dodge Viper, the beneficiary of a game piece from Jerry, who was featured in a McDonald's Monopoly commercial. The two became close, and through Jerry's connections, the scheme grew larger. Colombo introduced
This boy had the mafia on TV winning cars. He had the mafia on TV winning.
Jerry to his friends and family, giving him the moniker Uncle Jerry, the alias that would later be given to the FBI. The scheme continued to grow throughout the late 90s as Colombo introduced Jerry to many individuals who were eager to partake in the scam. In exchange for tickets, these individuals would pay Jerry cash kickbacks, with Colombo acting as the middleman. Although most of the buyers of the tickets lived in the southeastern part of the United States, they would travel to random parts of the country claiming to have found the winning ticket in various states. They knew that if too many winners lived in the same area or found tickets in the same area, people would start asking questions. 3 buyers
Boys was organized, white collar, organized.
in particular were the father, cousin, and best friend of Columbo's wife, Robin, all cashing in on $1 million prizes. One fateful day in 1998, Columbo and wife Robin were involved in a car wreck. Columbo was killed.
I ain't even mad at Jerry. Jerry got a few people paid. Jerry got paid. He got the sister involved. I ain't mad at Jerry. We was mad. I done brought all them damn quarter pounders. I done brought and large fries and large super size. All them years, man. I shout out to Jerry, man.
And survived by his wife. Robin speculated that the Columbo family believed that she intentionally caused the crash due to her deteriorating marriage to Columbo. The Columbo family initiated an investigation in an attempt to gain further information.
You gonna take Jerry out? You took a man that came up with this type of plan out. You can't never do. You gotta do your dirt by yourself.
As a result, Robin would never feel completely comfortable around her in-laws ever again and believed that the Columbo family would later seek revenge. With business booming and no middleman, Jerry set out to fill the void left by the late Columbo. Through a newly formed network, Jerry was introduced to two men who would take the scam to new heights, Richard Cordier and Andrew Glom, having...
I ain't gonna even lie, when I first previewed this, I see George Clooney. I was like, this boy got George Clooney involved? Till I seen the other actors and knew that it was just clips of Ocean's 11 or 12 or whatever one that was.
Different paths, but a common goal, set out to recruit as many prospects as possible. Jerry had given the men over 18 big prize tickets, including 10 $1 million instant winner tickets. Over the next few years, this new network would clean up every top prize. In the year 2000, an anonymous tip had been made to the FBI detailing an elaborate fraud regarding the McDonald's Monopoly game and speculated that one of the $1 million winners had obtained a ticket fraudulently. The tipster implicated a man named William Fisher.
Always a snitch, man. Every good plan always goes down because of a snitch, man. Always a snitch, bro. Always. Somebody always get mad, bro. He got mad at one of the chicks, didn't want to give him none, didn't want to give him no money, cut him off. He gonna set her up, he gonna call in. Like, hey, I know how she got this ticket. Like, I know how she got this game piece. It's fraudulent. I know her name. I'm gonna turn her in. I'm gonna hope I get a turn. I'm gonna stop everything she's doing.
The father of mobster wife Robin, the tipster also credited a man named Uncle Jerry as the mastermind behind the scheme. With no way of knowing the identity of Uncle Jerry, the FBI began investigating William Fisher. After securing wiretaps, following check payment paper trails, and electricity records linked to Jacksonville, it was discovered that Fisher had not been honest about where he found the winning ticket.
He wasn't getting no money. All this because he wasn't getting no money. He taking everybody down because he ain't getting no money.
And where he was living at the time. The FBI learned that his primary residence was located in Jacksonville, Florida, not New Hampshire as he had previously claimed. After further digging, the FBI began investigating other past winners and uncovered several others who had been dishonest with where they found their winning tickets. Coincidentally, most of the winners had their annual checks forwarded to addresses in the southeastern part of the United States, despite these winners having home addresses throughout the U.S. By this time, the FBI had 25 agents nationwide working the case dubbed Operation Final Answer. 20,000 phone numbers were tracked, with 235 cassette tapes of recorded telephone conversations. The FBI were closing in on Uncle Jerry and were on the brink of discovering his identity. The wiretaps gave the FBI a lead on Uncle Jerry through Andrew Glom and another accomplice named Dwight Baker. Meetings were arranged to exchange cash for tickets for the last two prizes as the FBI began closing in. FBI agents began tailing Glom, Baker, and Jacobson, gathering evidence as the FBI began formulating a plan
They got on these boys. They ain't have a clue. They still in motion.
to bring the operation down. An undercover sting operation was plotted and disguised as a commercial, capturing the reaction of the final winner as a recipient of a giant $1 million check. To Michael Hoover, the final winner's surprise, he was surrounded by FBI agents.
They like, no. This boy think he home free. He like, oh shit. This boy think he got it. They surprised him with the feds.
Hidden amongst the camera crew, Hoover received his ticket from Glom and effectively became the last piece of the puzzle that brought down the scheme. More than 50 defendants, including Jerome.
Look at him. He looked like he telling on everybody. Oh yeah. I had met him out here at the Generation store, and we exchanged the money and the tickets in the bathroom, and yeah, he gave me $50,000 and I gave him $50,000 and
Uncle Jerry Jacobson were rounded up and charged with mail fraud.
Another one. Who? Why was Jerry picking these? But see, Jerry, I'm telling you where he messed up. You should have went to the hood. You should have got you some hood people. You should have went to the Mcdonalds and got the managers involved or something. Some people like that. Some disgruntled workers. No paper trail would have ever came back.
And conspiracy. The elaborate network quickly led to the one common denominator, Jerry Jacobson. Jerry faced 105 years in prison as the orchestrator of the fraud. Jerry eventually pled guilty
105 years for sticking McDonald's for 24 mil.
and was sentenced to 15 years in prison in order to pay $12.5 million in restitution. As part of the plea deal, Jerry explained the details of the scheme at length and admitted to stealing over 60 game pieces worth $24 million over a 12-year span. As an act of good faith, McDonald's set out to right the wrongs of Jerry Jacobson. They committed to pay back every dollar that was stolen and announced a special promotion where the grand prize featured a $10 million prize. McDonald's vowed to do everything in its power to ensure that something of this magnitude would never happen again. So you may be asking yourself, why is this the first time I'm hearing this story?
Exactly. Why is this the first time I'm hearing this?
Well, the answer is simple. Jerry's trial began on September 10th, 2001, the day before the World Trade Center terrorist attacks. The attacks were given all of the media attention, and the McDonald's monopoly case flew under the radar. Robin Colombo believed that the Colombo family left the anonymous FBI tip as retribution for the death of their son. Do you believe that this is a plausible idea? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
So, damn. Again, I'm pissed off, man. Like I've been buying I've been supersizing a lot of y'all meals, man. Had all that hope, man. Like I'm gonna get it this time. This year I'm gonna get it. The other year I ain't find the piece that I needed, but this year I'm gonna get it. It's Twiztyd G, man. Y'all make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, hit the like button, and I'll be back at y'all.